Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Rosina Yassin. I am librarian at GCTW Little Lahore. Today I welcome to another meaningful conversation with ChatGPT. We are going to discuss an important topic: how to deal with criticism and use it for self-improvement. Criticism can sometimes hurt, but if we respond positively, it can help us learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. Let's begin our conversation with ChatGPT. Assalamu alaikum, ChatGPT.
Walaikum salam. Great to hear from you. What's on your mind tonight?
Today, my topic is how to deal with criticism and use it for self improvement. I want some questions related to my topic uh, to clear my concept about this topic. Are you ready for my questions?
Absolutely. Go ahead. I'm ready. Go ahead with your
Okay.
questions.
My first question is, what is criticism and why is it important in our personal growth?
Criticism is feedback or opinions from others about what we do or how we are. It matters because when we learn to listen to feedback carefully instead of defensively, it can show us blind spots, things that we might not notice about ourselves. And if we use it wisely, that becomes fuel for growth. So instead of seeing criticism as an attack, think of it as a mirror. It doesn't define you, but it can reflect areas where you could improve.
Good. My next question is, why do people sometimes feel hurt or angry when they receive criticism?
Yeah, that reaction is pretty normal. Criticism can touch our sense of identity or even self worth. So when it sounds harsh or unfair, it can sting like a personal insult, even if that wasn't the intention. Plus, if it reminds us of something we already feel insecure about, it can really hit a nerve. But here's the thing, the discomfort doesn't mean we're weak, it just means something matters to us.
Good. How can we distinguish between constructive criticism and destructive criticism?
Great question. So, constructive criticism is usually specific. It points to something changeable and it usually comes with the intention to help. Like, hey, if you tried this approach, it might work better. But destructive criticism tends to blame, shame, or tear down without offering a path forward. If you notice useful details you can act on, that's usually constructive. If it just makes you feel small and leaves you stuck, that's a sign it may be more destructive than helpful.
Good. What should we do when someone criticizes us unfairly?
Hmm. First, take a breath. Don't rush to snap back. Then ask yourself, is there anything useful in this? If yes, cherry pick that part and use it if you can. If it's totally baseless, it's okay to set a boundary. Calmly say something like, I hear you, but I don't think that's fair. You don't have to accept every critique thrown at you, and protecting your mental space is part of self respect.
Good. How can we control our emotions when we receive negative feedback?
One trick is to pause before responding because even a short moment of breathing can keep you from reacting in anger. Try naming what you feel, like I'm embarrassed or I'm upset. Just labeling it tends to make it less overwhelming. Then, if you can, step away for a bit, take a walk, get a sip of water, give your nervous system a reset. When you come back, you'll be in a better space to decide if that feedback is actually useful or just noise.
Good. What questions should we ask ourselves after receiving criticism?
Hmm. Good self check questions could be: is there a lesson here? Or is this more about the other person's mood? What parts of this is within my control to improve? And what can I just let go of? And finally, what small step can I try next? Those questions help you move from reaction to action, which is where real growth happens.
Good. My next question is, why should we avoid taking every criticism personally?
Because not all criticism reflects who you are. Sometimes it says more about the other person's expectations, frustration, or even biases. If we take every negative comment as a personal verdict, it just drains your confidence and distracts you from what's truly constructive. Focusing only on what can actually help you filter out noise and keeps energy for changes that matter. It's about picking the useful parts and letting the rest slide off.
What role does self confidence play in handling criticism?
A solid one. When you trust your own worth, criticism feels less like a threat and more like optional input. Without that confidence, even small comments can feel heavier than they are. Building that self belief little by little helps you stay open to learning without crumbling under pressure. And confidence grows every time you handle one piece of feedback with balance. You just did that yourself.
Good answer. My next question is, what is the difference between accepting criticism and blindly accepting everything people say?
Accepting criticism means listening uh, with a filter. So you weigh whether it makes sense, matches your values, or actually helps your goal. Blindly accepting is saying yes to everything, even when it doesn't fit you or maybe isn't even true. Healthy acceptance is selective. You're in charge, not the critic. That way, you're learning without losing yourself. That's the sweet spot.
Good. But positive mindset should be developed when someone points out our mistakes.
Maybe think this is data, not doom. A mistake isn't proof you're bad at something, it's information you can use to adjust. If you can replace I failed with I learned something new, it keeps the mood forward looking rather than stuck in blame. That small shift makes growth feel possible, even normal. That attitude keeps energy up and turns criticism into a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block.
So, my last question is, what is your final advice for people who want to use criticism as a tool for self improvement?
Take it slow and be choosy. Listen for what's useful, test it out, then keep it only if it helps. Stay curious, protect your mental space, and remember criticism is a tool, not a mirror of your worth.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for this valuable and meaningful conversation.
I'm glad it helped. Keep using feedback as fuel. You've got this.
Good. Today, we learned that criticism does not always mean failure. Sometimes it is an opportunity to understand our weaknesses, improve our skills, and grow as individuals. We should listen carefully, control our emotions, learn from useful feedback, and avoid taking criticism personally. Let us remember constructive criticism can become a stepping stone toward personal growth and success. Thank you everyone for listening. Keep learning, keep improving, accept feedback with an open mind, and always believe in your ability to grow. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Beautiful closing. Allah Hafiz.